What's up, family? This your boy Silver Wolf TV. I'm out here in Gang Red doing another street interview. I'm out here in Rosedale, Middle River, Baltimore County, with a guy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Irish. I'm out there playing guitar. You guys see me on Middle River Road, Route 40 all the time. Love you guys. Hey, everybody stay up.
How old are you? You say Robert, right?
40?
40?
Nah, I'm 45.
45?
I thought you called me Robert.
No, what's your name? Yeah, I did. What you say your name was?
Irish.
Irish. Yeah. So what's going on with you, Irish?
You know, I stay out there grinding in the cold, trying to keep little things together. You know, shit gets hard sometimes. It's cold as fuck, raining on you. You know what I mean? You might have to hit a dumpster, find something to eat. You know, with the ability, you know, luckily I can play some guitar, so you know, I gotta sit out there and hold a sign, just asking, begging, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So that does pretty good, but you know.
So what you do? You play for people, like you play songs for them, they pay you?
I got fans. I mean, like, people come by and like buy me guitar strings, and look, this is a real story, right? Some dope fiend stole my last guitar. Somebody passed by me that sees me out there playing all the time. They said, "Where's your guitar?" I said, and somebody took it. He said, "Get in the car." He drove me to a pawn shop and paid $300 for this guitar right here. Like, just guy,
can you
guy
play?
driving by. I don't know. Depends on what you want to play. Like, I ain't doing no Adele, but.
Are you homeless, Irish?
Houseless would be the way. Yeah.
I mean,
I guess more politically correct. I guess, I don't know. They're calling it houseless now, not homeless, but.
But you got somewhere to stay inside, but you're not homeless though. This your room? What you are?
I'm blessed. Like, this is not a normal situation for a guy. You know, I mean, like, I live out of the backpack. Turn around, take a picture of that backpack right there. That's it. That's my entire life in that bag. You know what I mean? So,
How much you pay a night for this room, Irish?
it's a mortgage payment if you pay a month. $1,400.
And do you have a job?
No, sir.
So how you get $1,400 a month playing guitar?
I wish that was the case. I'd be lying if I said anything different.
I mean, you got people to help you out. I mean, $1,400 for a person that got a job, Irish, that's a lot of money to come up with.
I'm blessed with the fact that, yeah, I don't know. Like, what's the easy way to put this, or not easy way to put it? Yeah, I was a silver spoon kid, right? So like, I grew up with 2 kitchens in my house, a 12-car garage, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. So, you know what I mean? So like, I always knew what that. I didn't like the higher tax bracket bullshit, like fake kind of like crosstalk. So like, I was like the rich kid that would, you know, I would go buy a half-gallon of vodka and go hang out at the homeless camps. You know, like while I still, you know what I mean, like as a teenager. And I just always thought those people were more real. You know what I mean? Like they had, you know, real stories, not, you know, can you believe what she's dropping? Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get into that whole, you know, tit for tat, keeping up for the Joes, and you know what I mean? Like somebody's got an indoor pool. All right, well I need it. You know, I had it all, and I just turned my back to it. And
You do, and you doing the drugs, Rob, Irish?
I have been in multiple rehabs. I fought, a dealer habit with the old heroin, the real stuff. I fought alcoholism when I was much younger, and I was super stupid. Like, like I drank so much. It was ridiculous. Like just the amount of alcohol that I drank, and this is a true story. I'm in the recovery kind of scene, but I'm not a hypocrite. But I used to go to AA meetings and hear the old cats go. There was this time that like I just, lost the compulsion to drink, and there was a time when I was much younger that I couldn't imagine doing anything without alcohol. Like, I'm like, I woke up, I drank. I went to work, I was drinking while I was at work. I was drinking while I was driving. I was drinking it all the time. And I would still go out at night and run a huge bar tab. And I wasn't a good individual. Like, I had a huge chip on my shoulder, this, God owes me something, I caught a bad deal when I was born or whatever, that kind of crap. And it took until it took me going to prison. Like I ain't talking about I caught some time at some county, whatever. I went through the gates and I looked over and there was a mailbox that said lifers. And I was like, all right, I'm in the shit. Like, this is going way big. And the funny thing was like I went to prison. I was JCI, RCI, went up to Hagerstown,
How much time did you do, Irish?
Years. Now look, I don't have a felony charge. I went years. I went 2 10-year sentences back, like side by side. I ran them, and just by the way things worked out in court, for any cats out there that, do jail math, so they tried to indict me the day of court, so I had 2 second-degree assault charges, which is a 10-year max on each. I'm in Harford County. The day of court, my lawyer comes down, he's like pale like a sheet. He said, "You just been indicted on both, so you're fighting 2 felonies, first degree. All right, max is 25 on each of those. So, all right, well, fuck, I can fight 50 years. I can take it to trial. I could probably sit around a long time, just waiting." And so the funny thing was, is like I never had a weapon or anything like that. Just the meat mittens. And so basically what Harford County did was they blackballed me. They were like, look, you can either fight 50 years felony charges, we're going to tax that ass, or you can sign a paper that says you're guilty on both misdemeanor second-degree assault charges. We're going to give you 10 years on each. We'll run them side by side, and we're going to suspend 7. So that, and like coming through the gate, like at prison, I already knew my good time was going to burn off 4 months per year. So my 3-year sentence already rolled back to 2. All right, this is the kind of math I can deal with. So yeah, I signed the paper.
I mean, as you said, Rob, Irish, I don't know why I won't keep calling you Robert, but Irish, you said you was born and raised in Silver Spring, Maryland.
No, I was born right here, like Rosedale.
You was born in Rosedale?
Well, I was born in Havre de Grace. Okay, well, I guess my stepfather was abusive. So I grew up in Harford County. I went to Harvard Technical High School. You know, I got presidential academic.
So
it
when did the drug problem come in? When you moved to Baltimore?
Yep, that was. I'm sorry. That was. Yeah, that it was a culture shock coming from like this kind of like high-end, super all white privilege, you know, vocational technical high school, like way in North Harford County. Like my bus ride was like 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so like when the stepfather thing happened, and basically I was like, we can't live in the same house. You know, just getting into 10th grade, and I came down and they transferred me from Harford Technical High School to Eastern Tech. So at Harford Tech, when you walked in the bathroom, it was clean, there was no graffiti, like there were doors on the... So I walk into Eastern Tech and I'll never forget the first thing I saw was there's no doors on any of the stalls. Everybody's in there smoking Marlboro Reds, and there was a dude just ripping like bong hits, like on the toilet. And just total culture shock. Like what? You know, I mean, like
So
the high school that I came from, you wouldn't even think about like smoking a cigarette in the school.
Did you start smoking weed first before you graduate to more severe drug?
I will not advocate for.
Go ahead, you can get on camera.
You. Hey. Hey, read that. I mean, what's going on? All right.
And you want to get on camera?
Nah, I wouldn't let him.
Oh.
Good cat. Good dude. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, he's not aware of the whole situation, so.
So let me ask you something, Iris. I mean, with your, how long you been getting high?
Since I had the opportunity.
You
Okay, so when I was up in Harford County, you know what I mean, like in the house with my stepfather and mom, things were very tight, you know what I mean, like the dog never got out the yard. So I came down here and I moved in with my grandparents, and okay, my grandparents, well-to-do, you know, all right, so now we're talking about like the billiard room, the 2 kitchens in the house, and I was just the favorite grandson, so like, I couldn't do wrong. You know, I mean, so, yeah, I got a lot more space. Like the dog was out of the yard, the gate was open. You know what I mean? And yeah, I had a long ponytail. I like LSD. I mean, you know, I was kind of like the old school hippie. You know what I mean? Like want to feel good, and not, you know, like none of that negative energy stuff. Don't really grind with that. And then, yeah, so this is kind of where it started. Was, you know, it wasn't even like smoking cigarettes. It was smoking some weed, and I found alcohol. Well, alright, I guess I should probably tell the story. 2 days after my 18th birthday, partying with some friends, and, you know, we're smoking weed, and we got some acid, and I mean, you know, we're all teenagers. So, yeah, cops pull up, you know, raid the car. Then 2 days after my 18th birthday, my mother, you know, came and picked me up at the precinct, and she was like, look, if you ever get arrested for, you know, marijuana or anything, like, I'm not coming to bail you out. Like, that is hardcore, you know, you're a criminal. Like, you know, like the way she was talking was like, you know, bank robber with kneeling on kind of thing. I'm like, okay, fine. So what happened was, is because marijuana was illegal at the time, there's just a liquor store everywhere. So I just, you know what I mean? I just I took those good times that I was having with, like, you know, LSD and marijuana, and then I started drinking because I was like, the worst they can do is, you know, give me a ticket for underage drinking, and my mother will never yell at me again for, you know, getting arrested for marijuana. So, yeah, after 20 years of swimming around in the bottom of a bottle trying to figure out, you know, if I would have stayed with the weed and like the kind of cool stuff, like I probably would have been able to work through the emotions of the abuse, you know what I mean, like the physical abuse and stuff, a lot better than diving in the bottom of a bottle and then you just get angry and mean, and you know what I mean, like you're numbing yourself, like you're not even the same person when you're inebriated. It just doesn't happen like that.
You ever think about trying to get yourself clean?
I've been clean.
Oh, you did say it. You see, you've been clean and relapsed a couple times.
Well, we can have a debate about lapsing and relapsing, and then you can also have a conversation about
what was your clean. You tell me how you figure you've been clean. You tell me your definition of you being clean.
Clean. Clean is an abstract, objective word. You know what I mean? Between, you know what I mean? Like one person's clean is not another. You know, so you know, I could talk to somebody that was on a spike for years. You know what I mean? And they're like, now I'm clean. All right, well, you know, you're not putting a harpoon in your arm, but at the same time, you know what I mean?
They still got hot. They just don't shoot
I
up
mean,
no more.
No, you popping Xanax or
right.
pills, you know what I'm
saying?
saying? Like,
right.
you know, doing something else, you know what I mean? Like, you just still...
I got you. They just don't spike no more, but they still get high. I got you.
You know, even... Look. This
but that's not being clean though. If you still getting high, that's not being clean.
But I'm saying relative to that person,
yeah,
in their mind, like, I'm not dirty anymore because I ain't spiking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've had that conversation with a couple people, but you know, whatever. I'm not a judge. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm down in it, and God, how do I put this? There were times in my life, you know, at 45, I'm not married, I don't have any kids. The reason is because I knew I was just a gypsy soul. I was never going to slow down, you know what I mean? There was never going to be a point in my life that I could stop and be a dad and not go, you know what I mean? Go do what I do. And what I do isn't drugs. How do I explain this? Okay, like I've been sober. I run a recovery house. You know what I mean? I've done peer recovery work. Okay, you know what I mean? So like I've been on the other side of that, and I always, no matter what, keep coming back to, I guess, it's a lifestyle choice. Like, I like not having, you know, like I ain't got taxes, I ain't got a boss, you know what I mean? Like, if I go out and play, okay, make some money. You know, whether I had this room or not, you know what I mean? So like when I was living in a tent, it was just, you know, if you want to go grind it, you go grind it. And you get what you got to get and whatever, you know, cigarettes or food or that kind of thing. But it's strange being the person that's sitting on that concrete wall, and like most people don't know that like I mean obviously they understand, like, you know, I'm not pawning my guitar or anything like that. So, you know, I get regulars that come through that want me to play for them and stuff. But it's weird when you're just standing out there, right? It doesn't matter what holding the homeless sign or whatever, just the amount of like society that passes you, it's like you get to observe society from the outside. Like, you know, some people are always on their phone when they pull up, or like some people will pull up in the lane, but they'll like, you know, like stop their car like way back. You know, like, what do you think I'm gonna jump in your window or something, or like what the hell? It's just, I don't know. I just.
Well, see, you're experiencing what black people been experiencing all our life. I mean, we can't walk by cars unless they start hitting the button, lock the doors, like we're gonna jump in there and do something to them.
Right,
But-
like,
but-
dude, I don't vibe with the whole black and white thing. Like, I just, man. All right, I'm probably gonna get taxed for this one. If you keep talking victim, you're gonna be a victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, look, if I walked around and I'm like, poor me, right? Like when I was an alcoholic, I'm like, poor me, you know, man, that kind of shit. It's always gonna be a fucking negative story, right? I mean, some of the best, I don't give, look, I see in two flavors, cool or not cool. You know what I mean? Like you're a person I can trust, or, you know what I mean, you got a good heart, or you don't. And like, I don't care if you're purple with yellow polka dots. Just, yeah. And I've seen both shitty sides, irregardless of color. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Hey,
like I don't do color.
I'm kind of pressed for time now. We're going to do a part 2 of this because we still got so much to talk about. So much that I ain't even touched base and I hit on yet. So we're going to catch up again and do another part of this. But before we go, anything you want to tell anybody that might possibly can help you out there that's watching this or something? You got an Instagram, phone
I'm
number,
not
social
asking
media?
for nothing, but when you pass people like that, just understand you know, we gotta grind it too.
Rob, I sure appreciate your time, man. God bless you. You know what I mean? Hope everything work out for you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take a look around at you. I ain't going nowhere yet, Rob. I'm gonna look at the room and look at the outside a little bit. Yeah, I just want to get a little bit of the outside of it, Rob. And get you a picture right there.